Hey, what's up, Big Nation? This is David Labby with Big Man Fitness, and I'm coming to you today on May 24th. It is a Wednesday, 2017, and I'm just doing a really quick video. For those of you just chiming in, I'm on a 13-week ketogenic program with exercise regimen, and I'm working through it to see how fast and effectively, but also safely, I can lose weight. So far, I've lost over 55 pounds, and I'm still going strong. So that's what happens when you hold on to a camera. So I'm doing really good. I talk about how I'm feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally for the day, because I want to give an idea of like how there's ups and downs with weight loss, and that there are struggles that you have to push through and you have to persevere through. I had a weak point yesterday. I've been doing really good, not having many cravings or anything like that, and last night I really wanted to have something sweet, or I really wanted to eat something that was the idea of a dessert or something like that. And I was kind of almost ravenous, and I chose not to. I felt the hunger pains, and whatever they are, that it's your mind tricking you. It's just a thought, right? And sometimes you just have to persevere through that. So a few tricks that I have that I do is I go and I will drink a bunch of water. Now, I'm already drinking approximately 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of lemon water a day, and a lot of people think that's excessive, but I'm also keeping my nutrients very high. It's a high nutritional saturation, because I'm constantly keeping up with my supplements and also eating very nutrient-dense foods. So like kale, spinach, asparagus, those are staples in my diet. Primarily spinach and asparagus are, summer squash, zucchini, those are my go-tos. But because I'm eating such nutrient-dense foods, I don't have as many cravings as I used to. A lot of the times we have cravings because we're deficient in something, and our body is craving something, whether it's magnesium, potassium, vitamin C, calcium. Sometimes when we're depleted of minerals, our body has cravings, and they directly correlate with different foods. So what I usually do is I try and fill up the volume of my stomach with water, right? And then I'll eat something that's healthier or more in line with my plan. What I was doing before is that I was drinking some water, then I was eating pork rinds, maybe with a little bit of cinnamon sprinkled on it, or but I've been doing really good about not overeating right now, and I've been sticking with my macros and really staying within the 2,500 to 3,000 calorie range. A lot of people think that's very high, but when you're on the ketogenic diet, it's your body's utilizing more fats, and I'm also doing intermittent fasting, so I'm only having primarily 2 meals a day. So I start eating at around 12 noon to 1 I start, and then I'll finish off around between 7:30 to 8:30, somewhere between there. Usually it's around 8 o'clock that I stop, that's the last thing that goes into my, the last thing that I'll ingest. But anyway, let's get on to physically, mentally, and emotionally. Physically, I'm doing very well, other than I have an injured ankle. Everybody knows this, or at least, if you're chiming in right now you know. I sprained my ankle 2 weeks ago, and I'm still recovering. Actually, I believe it's 3 weeks ago now, 3 weeks to today, that I injured my ankle. And that's recovering well. I'm able to get around with my little air cast boot on, and I'm doing well with that. Other than that, I'm still exercising. It's a severe sprain, so I really have to be careful, but I'm doing isolated movements. I'm using machinery now instead of doing body weight movements because I found that it was really difficult to do. It was putting a lot of strain, on my ankle, even without putting any direct weight on it. I was doing push-ups, sit-ups, everything, and it was still putting a lot of strain on my ankle. And I had to adjust. So I did. So I started going to the gym. I started doing more isolated movements on machinery that were mimicking the same movements I needed. Chest press, chest fly, bicep curls. I'm doing those with free weights though, bicep curls. Anything that's, leg extension, leg curl. I have low weight, high repetition with that one. And I'm just increasing my reps as I go through each week, and I'm having one high volume day, and then the rest of the week I'm doing a moderate volume to a low volume. So I'm only doing one high volume day to allow myself recovery time, because trying to do, I'm up to over 1,000 reps now, almost, because technically you're doing sets on both sides of your body. So right arm, left leg, left leg. Right oblique, left oblique, those, they add up, right? And it also amounts to time. You have to take these things into account and adjust for it with your schedule. Because, when I'm doing my regular workout, it takes me 15 to 20 minutes to get my regular workout in. To do a full routine workout, it takes me about an hour and a half right now. And that's with my injury. And you have to be careful. When it comes to emotional aspects and mental clarity, I'm doing very well. I'm fat adapted, I'm keto adapted, meaning that my body's utilizing ketones as the primary energy source. And you feel very refreshed, you feel very alert. It's almost like being on a cup of coffee, almost on like half a cup of coffee for the entire day. So when I have a cup of coffee at the middle of the day, I have like a quick spike, but then I don't crash like I used to, because I used to have a cup of coffee with a few sugars in it, French vanilla, extra, cream and sugar and stuff. You would get really high on your caffeine and the sugar intake, and then you would crash. Now, the caffeine is more just like an added boost. I drink a cup of coffee for about a half an hour to an hour. I get a quick buzz, and then I'm steady. That I have a slightly elevated buzz for about another hour or two, and then after that, I'm still at a regular pace, and and that's higher than what I used to be. So my energy has definitely increased. My mental clarity, my mental acuity. I'm doing a lot better. I still have my moments. I get tired just like everybody else, but it's different. Also, now that things have been going on longer, my body has had time to adapt more. I'm doing a lot better. So let's go over the emotional aspects. Emotionally, I'm doing well. I talk about emotional aspects because a lot of people don't think about the hormonal changes that go on when you're doing extreme weight loss. I lost 51 pounds in 5 weeks. So 51 pounds in 5 weeks, that's crazy. And then I kind of steadied off, but my body was still adjusting, and I was still losing inches and everything, but I wasn't losing weight exactly. And also I think a lot of it has to attribute to how I believe a lot of it was like water weight at the beginning, at least 10 to 15 pounds, I'm guessing, but still 51 pounds, and then still adjusting to the ketosis diet, the ketogenic diet. You're doing there's a lot of things that have to go right when you're exercising that much, and also your diet is strict. You're drinking a lot of water. You need to replenish your nutrients. There's a lot going on in your body. It takes its toll on your body, and that can change things hormonally as well. And also, not to mention that there are things, your fat cells store more than just energy. It takes in the excess that's in your bloodstream, and that includes neurochemicals, chemicals that are emitted from your brain, that are your emotions: sadness, anger, happiness. So when you're losing extreme amounts of weight, you can have momentary fluctuations, and I was having some of those where I would get frustrated or angry over very minor things. that has definitely dumbed down a lot. I think that my body has finally adapted more, and I'm really happy about that, because I was having some severe emotional spikes. I mean, like I would, sometimes, you get different emotional triggers, things that wouldn't frustrate you or things that wouldn't make you sad before would suddenly like wipe you out. They would come in and they would feel like they were a lot bigger. But thank God, I knew what was going on for me, and that actually helped me to understand things, because I would get frustrated, and I kind of have like a Zen mentality, a Zen attitude, and I try and be understanding of others, but my patience was really worn thin, and there were moments where something that normally wouldn't affect me or wouldn't frustrate me, I would become irate about. But I knew that, so I wouldn't say anything. I would take a step back, and sometimes, my wife would ask me, like, are you okay? Is everything going on? What are you thinking about? And I would have to say I just need a couple of minutes, because I would get upset over something so slight, like thinking about it in hindsight, because hindsight's always 20/20. But you just have to work through these emotional situations, or or sometimes some of them are funny. Like you're watching a movie and something that is kind of sad suddenly hits you right in the feels. I forget what we were watching the new Guardians of the Galaxy, and there was a moment where Star-Lord was sacrificing himself for the greater good, and you're all choked up, biting onto your knuckles, hoping that you don't cry. So those types of moments happen. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. But I'm doing a lot better about that, and I feel like my body's finally acclimating to my diet and to my regimen of what I'm doing. And also because I'm giving myself more time to recover, which is extremely important. Recovery time, you cannot, and you cannot go high repetition every single day. That's why I needed to adjust, because I knew that I was getting to a point where I was doing high repetition every day and my body was just thrashed and I wasn't getting enough recovery time. And the next day, my body wasn't having enough time to adapt and recover hormonally as well as, physiologically. I just needed that more time. So now I'm only doing 1 day a week, which is high repetition, and then I'm doing extreme high intensity interval training hits once a week as well. Right now I've had to change up my sprints to doing shadow boxing. So it's shadow boxing in a chair, so that way I don't sprain my ankle some more. But which is kind of funny. But hey, you do your best, forget the rest, just like Tony Horton says. So anyway, guys, I hope that this helps you out. And if any of you guys find value in this, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate that. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns. I'd love to hear about it. And also, if you have a story, I'd love to hear from you guys. I love hearing your stories. I love hearing about what you guys do and how it helps you. That's how I got started. A couple of YouTube videos, watching some guys that, went from being morbidly obese, just like I was, and dropped down, and that's what started my journey. So best of luck to you guys. So remember, be informed, stay motivated, and live big. Who up?